third graders, we are on our second lesson for this week. We're only going to do 2, so we're going to be doing, I already recorded 7.1. You should have done that one first. And now we're moving on to 7.2, which is just pretty much a continuation of what we did on the last lesson. So we're going to be able to write related facts this time. So when you're done this lesson, you should be able to write related multiplication and division equations to solve problems. So we can see that Jasper grows these watermelons. We need to write a multiplication problem and a division problem about Jasper's watermelons, and we're going to show equal groups to solve. So first of all, we can see that there are 1, 2, 3 vines. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 watermelons on each vine. So how could we represent this with multiplication? Well, we know if there are 4 watermelons on each vine, and there are 3 vines, we know that there 4 times 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 total watermelons. Now that's our multiplication equation. How could we solve this with division? Well, remember we take our total, right? Our total number. And we're going to divide by, we could divide by 3 or we could divide by 4, right? So if we divide by 3, 12 divided by 3, and that's going to equal 4. So then we would have 4 watermelons, depending on what we were asked. Could we have written this 3 times 4 equals 12? We sure could. And could we have written the division problem, 12 divided by 4 equals 3? Yep. We sure could. We're not going to show the equal groups. We're just going to do our multiplication and division. So this is showing me that I can use the digits 3, 4, and 12 to create 4 different problems. I can create 2 multiplication problems and 2 division problems. So this is telling me that these are related facts, right? This is a set of numbers that can be used together to multiply and divide. So this is telling me that 3, 4, and 12 are related facts. I can multiply 3 times 4 or 4 times 3 to equal 12, and I can divide 12 divided by 3 to equal 4 or 12 divided by 4 to equal 3. So these are my related digits for my related facts. So let's explore this a little more. A grocery store arranges apples in a display. How could you use multiplication and division to represent the apples in the display? Well, let's see. We know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. How many are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could say 5 rows times 4 apples in each row equals a total of 5, 10, 15, 20. Now, could I have said 4 apples in each row times 5 rows equals 20? Wouldn't I have the same amount of apples? Sure would. So 4 times 5 also equals 20. Now, what if I only knew the total? I only knew how many apples I had. So I know that there are 20 apples. If I want to divide by the number of rows, 20 divided by 5, then that would equal 4. And then what if I wanted to take my total apples and divide them by the number in each row? So divided by 4. 20 divided by 4 equals 5. So I can see that I can use the related digits of 4, 5, and 20. These digits work together to create 2 multiplication and 2 division problems. So if my 4, my 5, and my 20 can work together to form 2 multiplication equations and 2 division equations. So we are going to, that's basically what these questions are. So we're going to skip this because we just did that work up here and we talked about it up here. So we don't really need to complete this down here because it's the same stuff. We just would be writing it twice. So now we're going to move on to another group of related facts. And the next group of related facts we have are 5, 6, and 30. 5, 6, and 30. So they want us to use 30 tiles to make an array. Shade the area model to show our array. Well, we could do 5 rows with 6 in each row, which would give us our 30. Or we could do 6 rows with 5 in each row to give us our 30. Whichever way we want to do it. I'm going to do it 5 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows and 6 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to do 5 squares down and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares across. So that will make a rectangle that is 5 by 6. And then we need to shade it to show the area of our array, because area is length times width, remember. So our 2 multiplication equations that we could write are 5 times 6 equals 30, right? We could do our 5, then our 6, or we could say 6 times 5 equals 30. Remember, these are related facts. So these digits create 4 related facts. 2 multiplication equations and now 2 division equations. So 30 divided by 5 equals 6 and 30 divided by 6 equals 5. So I could take these digits 5, 6, and 30, or these numbers, sorry, 5, 6, and 30, and create my related facts. My 2 multiplication equations and my 2 division equations. They all go together. So let's check for understanding. A garden store has 48 flower plants arranged in 6 equal rows. Write an equation to show how many plants are in each row, then write a related fact. So we know we have 6 and we have 48. We need to figure out what is our other number to help us with our fact. Well, if I look at my picture, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal rows, right? How am I going to, I need to add 6s until I get to 48. So 6 times what equals 48? Or what number times 6 equals 48? Or 48 divided by 6 equals what number? Or 48 divided by what number equals 6, right? Those are all my equations. I just need to fill in my blank. I need to figure out what number goes here. What is my missing digit or my missing number to make all of these equations true? Well, if I know my multiplication facts, if I've been studying them and I've been doing my work, I know that 6 times 8 is 48. That's one of those that you can kind of rhyme a little bit. 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 6 is 48. 48 divided by 6 is 8. 48 divided by 8 is 6. So 6, 8, and 48 are all numbers that form a set of related multiplication and division equations. So number 2, what are the related facts for 4, 7, and 28? Well, let's figure that out, right? So we know that we can multiply 4 times 7 to equal 28. 28 will always be your answer when you're multiplying, right? Your biggest number. So if I did 4 times 7, I could do 7 times 4 to equal 28. Now what can I do to divide? I'm going to use my bigger number first, right, when I divide. So 28 divided by 4 equals 7. And the last one I have to do is 28 divided by 7, which equals 4. So this tells me that 4 times 7 equals 28. This tells me that 4, 7, and 28 are numbers that create a set of related multiplication and division equations. Tells me that they go together. Okay, now we're going to model with mathematics. So there are 9 stacks of 5 trays. Oh, so again, sorry, let me pause for a second. We're on the on your own section. If you want to do this independently and then come back to check your answers, you can. Or you can continue on with me and we will work them out together. We are actually going to skip number 6 though, just so you know, and that's it. Okay, so there are 9 stacks of 5 trays in a cafeteria. What multiplication equation represents the number of trays? So we need to figure out there are 9 stacks of 5 trays. So we see there's 5 trays here and there are 9 stacks of them. So we would be multiplying 9 times 5, right? So it would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So there are 45 trays. We could also, a division problem we could say is 45 divided by 9 equals 5. We could also say 45 divided by 5 equals 9, right? For the multiplication, we also could say 5 times 9 equals 45, right? There are our related facts that go with 9, 5, and 45. All right, now we're going to write related facts for these sets of numbers. So we have 3, 5, and 15. So our first problem is to do a division. So we know that we need to start with 15. So let's do 15 divided by 3 equals 5. Next, a multiplication. 3 times 5 equals 15. The other division, since we did 15 divided by 3, then this time we need to do 15 divided by 5, and that equals 3. And then the last multiplication, we did 3 times 5, so we need to do 5 times 3 equals 15. And now related facts for 2, 9, and 18. So division, remember 18 goes first, our bigger number. So let's do 18 divided by 2 equals 9. Multiplication, 2 times 9 equals 18. Our other division, we did 18 divided by 2, so this one should be 18 divided by 9 equals 2. And the second multiplication, we did 2 times 9, so this time we need to do 9 times 2 equals 18. So we're skipping number 6 and moving on to number 7. How many related facts does the set of numbers 7, 7, 49 have? Well, let's think about that. 7 and 7 are the same, right? But they work with the number 49. So we can do, 7 times 7 equals 49. And we can write 49 divided by 7 equals 7, right? Those would be our facts. So this one only would have 2 related facts because 2 of the numbers are the same, right? If we have 2 of the numbers are the same that are going to multiply to equal a number, then we're only going to have 2 related facts. I'm not going to rewrite this. 49 divided by 7 equals 7. 7 is the same number, right? 7 times 7, I'm not going to rewrite that. 7 times 7 and then another 7 times 7. So there's only 2 related facts because we have the same number and as our numbers that form the related facts. Okay, so I'm going to have you do 7.2 for independent work. You need to do the front and the back. And then I need it returned to school, or you can take a picture of the front and the back and send it to me or attach it to this assignment. Alrighty, so that is we're only doing the 2 lessons for this week. So I will see you again soon. All right, bye everyone.